We are back in American Truck Simulator once again as stuff is falling off of my desk. It looks like we got one person in here right now. Hello, welcome. If there's anybody who's re-watching this stream back, welcome to the video. These live streams have been super popular. People have seemed to be enjoying them, so I might as well keep doing them. Today I am driving the Western Star 49X. I just threw a design for it. I mean, not a design, but I put a skin on it. I did that this morning. I rushed to get it done, along with I also put a skin on the International LT and the International 9900i. And so I had to rush to try and get the stream started on time, because I did say that I was going to start it at 9. So, and it is obviously a little past 9 now. So, made it pretty close to on time. I will take that. I decided we're going to do some special transport loads today, because I haven't done those in a very long time. And after the little bit of heavy hauling we did at the end of the last stream, I was feeling motivated to do some special transports. So that is what we're doing today. Oh, I don't think this is a game by SCS. Yes, this is American Truck Simulator. Glad to hear that you are doing good, Daniel. Lavar, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm doing well. I hope you are doing good as well. I got to make sure my game elements are showing, because they were not. There we go. Alright. Yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Let's get this load started. This one is going to be interesting. I have not done a special transport load in a very, very long time, and I will admit I am a bit nervous, especially because we are taking this the haul truck hull, which is extremely wide and also a very long trailer, and it is on a route that I have not driven yet. So let's see how this goes, I guess. Oh, I guess I know there's a way to skip this. Escape. There we go. Alright, let's go into the outside view, make sure we are all good to go. Gotta have those beacons on, lights on for safety as well. Those are always quite fun. I agree. I gotta admit, I feel a little weird that I haven't done them in so long, because for a while, it was literally all I was doing was the extra heavy haul stuff, the special transport loads and stuff like that. So it feels weird that I haven't done it in so long, but I'm doing it again now. So I'm gonna take it nice and slow, since it has been so long. And this is also, I mean, even with the heavy haul, like the normal heavy haul loads that I've done recently, they have not been this wide. So yeah, this should be a fun one. Don't know. I'm gonna obviously try and stick to being realistic. I'm gonna try and stick to the interior cam, but I feel like that may get a little difficult because of the fact that I'm gonna be swinging so wide that the mirrors don't actually view everything that I need to see. So we'll see. We'll see how realistic it stays. Let's make sure my windows are down here. Hopefully it's not too loud. Maybe that will be a little too loud. Let's roll it back up at least a little bit. I'm doing a terrible job of not being distracted so far. You definitely do not want to be distracted when hauling something this large. Okay, everybody's stopping for me, as they should. And we're just going to swing real wide here. I know this is probably way wider than we need to, but better to be safe than sorry. There's also construction going on outside my house. There's a little, like, the concrete is like lifting, and so we got got like a complaint for it from our HOA, but we're renting our house, so I don't know why we got the complaint. But anyways, we then sent it to our rental agency, and they, I guess, are now dealing with it. But it is very loud, so if you guys hear any loud thuds or anything, that's what it is. But hopefully you can't hear it. I don't think you'll be able to, but again, at some points it's louder than other points, so we'll have to see. And yeah, it is the one time in this game that people actually stop for you when you want them to. I would say they stop occasionally at other points, but when they do, it seems like they stop in just really awkward spots, or maybe that's what you were meaning. Is like the one time that they stop for you when you actually want them to. But yeah, definitely it is nice that they actually stop and give me the room that I need. Because yeah, sometimes they stop and it's like literally right in the way. It's like, why would you stop there? Let's make sure we're going to clear that railing. I'm starting to drift towards it. Hopefully I don't go. I have a feeling at least once during this trip I'm going to make some sort of catastrophic mistake, but we'll see. I'm doing lots of quick saves as we go, so that way if that does happen, I can just reload the save and not have to worry about it. I once again made the mistake of having my live stream screen, the OBS screen blocking my my YouTube thing, so I cannot see how many people are currently watching. So that's unfortunate. But I guess I can pull over at any point and fix it, because guess what? I've got a police escort, so I'm fine to do whatever I want. So you know what? I think I am, real quick, I know this is probably a bad spot to stop here, but I'm going to go ahead and stop real quick and give you guys the Be Right Back screen as I get that fixed so that I can actually see what I want to see. Okay. There we go. We are back in game. And we have got our screen back up. So let's get rolling. Probably, yeah, should have maybe stopped on an uphill, but what do you think of Texas and Montana? Well, I will admit that I know a lot of people are the most excited for Texas, just because of the fact that there's a lot of people that live in Texas. I know a lot of American Truck Simulator players are based in Texas, and so they are looking forward to that one. I know I've got some friends that live in Texas that are very excited. But I will admit that I am actually more looking forward to Montana. When I drove through it, it's such a stunningly beautiful state. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Texas is a great looking state as well, but the areas of it that I've driven through were not exactly very spectacular. Whereas every single area that I went through in Montana was just absolutely gorgeous. And I also just think I have kind of a soft spot for the like, I don't know how to describe it, but like the states that kind of feel, I guess natural is a good way to describe it. I was going to say like kind of like the middle of nowhere, but that's not really a good way to describe it. But yeah, the states that feel like more natural, less buildings, less like man-made things, the states that have like Montana, like Oregon, well, at least most of Oregon, Wyoming, states like that just have a lot of natural beauty, and like even the man-made architecture kind of works around the natural things from the state. I really like areas like that, and Montana is one of those states that 100% feels like that. So I'm really, really looking forward to Montana for that reason. And of course, again, still looking forward to Texas as well, because it's huge and it's going to be just like a major add-on to the current map. I mean, it's going to practically double the size of the map just with one state. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it for that reason. But between the two, I I will say I'm definitely looking more forward to Montana. What are your kind of opinions on it, Lamar? Are you kind of on the same page as me, or are you looking more forward to Texas? What are you thinking? I realized when I was driving, I was going a lot faster than 40. I'm going to go into the exterior view just for a minute, just to show you guys kind of what we're working with here. Hopefully the cop in front of me doesn't do anything crazy. Everybody's giving me room. Always nice to have. Because man, this thing is very wide. I mean, I'm riding the line, the shoulder, and I'm still kind of over the line on the other side. So I'm glad that they're pulling over a little bit, giving me some extra room. Oh, I didn't even see your message, Daniel. There's one thing I'm noticing currently, it's that the game audio overpowers your mic audio a bit. Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead. Maybe if I just roll the windows up, that will solve that problem. If it does not, let me know, and I will lower the game volume just a little bit more. So hopefully you're still here, Daniel, and you can let me know. I also got to give you mod powers. I keep forgetting to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that at some point here soon. Maybe after I deliver this load real quick, I'll throw on another be right back screen and give you the mod powers. But yeah, hopefully now that I've rolled the window up, that'll fix it. Glad you're still here, Daniel. Did rolling up the window fix the audio? Quite a bit better now. Is it just better or is it good? Because I can still, again, I can lower the game volume just a little bit if need be. I just don't want to have it so quiet that nobody can hear the game, you know. But this truck is definitely a bit louder than the 9900i was, so I feel like that's probably playing a part in the fact that even though I didn't change any of my audio settings, I feel like it's probably overpowering it just because of the fact that the truck is louder than the one I drove in the last stream. The one situation where we gotta wait for a green light. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of stop here. Perhaps it's the game volume, maybe you're right, and the 49X is a little bit loud in the international. Alright, if the audio is still a little louder, then I will go ahead and throw on the Be Right Back screen once again, just so that I can lower the audio of the game just a tiny bit more. I don't want to lower it too much. And then while I am out here as well, I will go ahead and give you mod powers if I can remember how to do it. There we go. Oh, that's right. I have to actually go to your channel and do it that way. So my apologies for the little break here. But I am still here to talk to, at least. Let's go to... All right. Hopefully it actually lets me make you a moderator. Oh, I guess it won't. All right, well, it is what it is. Sorry, Daniel. Hope you don't mind. I don't know why it's not letting me make you a mod, but that's okay. I can look into it later. Alright, let's get back into the game here. And turn on the correct screen. There we go. Alright, hopefully this sounds a little better. I just lowered it by 2 more decibels. But if it still is not, then again, I'll have to just lower it more. This is one of the things. I'm still relatively new to streaming, so gotta work out these kinks. It happens. This is only my 3rd stream? Man, I can't believe it's already my 3rd stream, but it is. I think it is. It's weird. Time flies, man. I guess the speed limit here is still only 30. I just automatically think that since we go 40 normally, that like, you know, like I'm limited to 40, so I go into the mindset that, oh yeah, anywhere I go, the speed limit's going to be 40, but that's not the case. So, happens. Oh, and I once again moved my screen so that I can't see how many viewers there are right now. Oh man. Alright. I'm just living with it this time. I'm not going to do another be right back screen to fix it. Oh well. It is what it is. That is so funny. I fix one thing and then mess up another. I also don't know if I actually have fixed the sound, but hopefully I did. Just roll with it for now. Yeah, that's how it goes. I'm sure there's going to be other things too where like I mess it up and it's going to be something that you guys actually will be able to see, but it's like if I don't mention it, no one will know. I have a feeling that's going to happen at least once or twice, so when that does happen, I'm just going to wait for somebody to mention it, and then when somebody mentions it, then I'll fix it. Yeah, thankfully these mistakes, these small things that keep happening are not things that you guys really can see, aside from obviously, you know, I guess you technically can't see the fact that the sound is messed up, but it definitely, you know, makes the stream a little less enjoyable if the sounds are off. So, yeah, that is something you guys will notice at least. But thankfully, there's been nothing wrong yet that is an actual like viewer thing. You know, like thing that while you're watching it disturbs the video, no like major lagging or anything like that, or you know, one of these situations where I'm playing the game and it's just my face and I'm like, oh hey. So I have seen that happen before where somebody was playing a game and they left it on their strictly faced cam, and all of a sudden somebody was like, hey, are we supposed to be seeing the game right now, because all we see is your face, and then the person was like, no way. And then they looked over at their OBS and sure enough they had it on just their face. They were very embarrassed, but it happens. I honestly don't understand the whole, like, I get why it's embarrassing, but when it gets down to it, I mean, everybody knows that with live streaming anything can happen. Yeah, exactly. It just makes for something funny. Shows that it shows that you're not a robot, you know, you're not doing everything absolutely perfectly. I almost enjoy when live streamers mess something up, because then it's like, you know, it's something for everybody to laugh about, and again, it shows that they're a real person and they're just having fun. They're there for, you know, they're there for the entertainment, not just to be perfect. Hence, another reason kind of that I was excited to do a special transport load, since I haven't done one in a while, is because, you know, I feel like I'm more more prone to making a mistake on this one, and if I do, it'll be quite entertaining. But if I don't, then at least, you know, I did a good job, and it was hopefully still enjoyable to watch. Man, this load is huge, dude. It's literally wider than the lane. I could drive right down the center of the lane and I'd be over on both sides. I mean, look at even right now, I'm off to the right, and I'm still hugging the line on the left side. I think I mentioned that earlier too, but yeah, this load is wild. I think it might be one of the widest loads in the game. Oh boy, we got a right turn coming up. Oh, thankfully it looks like we got plenty of room to take it extra wide. No traffic to deal with either, so that is good. Another nice and easy turn. I don't think there's any like crazy hairpins on this trip. I know some of the special transport loads I've done before, it was like you came up to a spot and it literally made like a triangle shape. Oh man, those ones were rough to do. I had to go like over the median and just make literally like the widest possible turn I could, and then there was also traffic that was in the way. It was a mess. At least you don't have to pay for permits and escorts. Yeah, that's true. Man, having to pay for that stuff will not be fun. Although in the game, I would understand. I would agree if I were at the beginning of my profile, but because I've had this profile for a while, I've got like $170 million or something. So even if I did have to pay for the permits and escorts, I don't think it would be too much of a problem for me. If I were on my other profile, or if I had just started this one, then yeah, definitely would agree. Alright, thin little bridge coming up here. I think we're going to slow down. Make sure we clear that bit there. Do some quick looking back and forth. But I think we're good. Now there's no more traffic, so now I can really get away from this guardrail here. Panicked there for a second. Thought I was going to maybe catch something. Either the guardrail or another vehicle. Either way, it would have been bad. But we made it through all good. I probably was worrying more than I should have. I probably had plenty of room. But again, better to be safe than sorry. Wow, another thin bridge coming up here. Once again, it looks like we're going to have some traffic coming through. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and slow on down. Clearing... Oh, nope, not clearing him. Alright, well, the first accident of the trip, we knew it was going to happen. Oh, and I do have a bit more room on the right, so I guess I should have just gone to the right a little further. We knew it was going to happen. It's just that little flap there on the side. I caught one of his holsters with it. So, yeah, I could probably go to the right a bit more. Like that, probably. Just drive down the center of the lane should be good. Yeah, made a little oopsie there. Like I said, it was bound to happen. I'm actually surprised I got as far as I did without it happening. I mean, we're almost to the destination. I didn't realize how close we were. We almost made it without any issues. But, unfortunately, we did have an issue right at the end there. Right, so now we're going to go ahead and I believe the police escort is going to peel off somewhere over here. He's just going to pull right into that little parking spot. Alright, that works for me. And we are going to go ahead and get our stuff delivered. I'm going to actually stop here. I know that with the special transports, the delivery spots are usually fairly easy. And this one is. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's go sprinting back to our truck. We're just really tall for the moment. And... oh wow, I've got the camera going way faster. And... whoop, there we are. Alright, let's get on rolling to finish up the delivery. There's a train that just pulled in. At least I think it just pulled in. Was that there already? Did anybody notice? Was that train already there? I don't remember. I don't feel like it was. Big coal operation going on here. This is pretty cool. unfortunately, I won't be able to see the cones, so we're going to have to go into the exterior view to see when I get to the green spot. Yeah, look at those amazing 2D looking cones. Gotta love them rough roads, but maybe that's just my snow runner bug. Yeah, I don't know. I think the rough roads are pretty fun, at least when you're in a truck that's built for it. I used to have a... Before the Cascadia was in the game, I had a modded one, and it was too low for the big bumpy roads, so when I would drive to like a logging road or whatever, or just like a farm that I was delivering to, or again, whatever the case may be, I would bottom out, and it would just scare the daylights out of me. It was so terrible. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. As far as picking up another load, I'm probably gonna have to fly somewhere if we do want to do another heavy haul or special transport. I mean, so let's see where the special transports are available from in Wyoming. I know there's more. Okay, so there's some in Laramie. We just did this one from Casper to Gillette. Riverton has some, and it looks like that is it. So should we do Laramie or Riverton? Just need one person to answer. One person to answer between Laramie or Riverton, and I'll do whichever one. And if we do Laramie, we're gonna take the large reservoir tank. True, I think I have slowly transformed from wanting a low rolling rig to high clearance off-highway type spec. I agree. I also have started to move into the off-highway type spec, unless, of course, you know, it's like just something that I'm going to haul like a 53-foot box trailer with. Again, that's probably the snow runner in me. Laramie, all right, Laramie it is. So let's set that as the GPS destination, and then we will go ahead and fly on over to it. But yeah, again, I like the rigs to be fit to, again, like whatever they're going to be doing. And I know I could just teleport. I could just say go to Laramie, but I don't like doing that because then sometimes I get turned around and it gets all weird. So I'm just going to fly all the way there. But yeah, so if it's just something that's going to be hauling like a 53-foot box trailer, then yeah, sure, I'll do something nice and low, aerodynamic. If it's going to be something that's hauling a flatbed, for instance, then I'll do, you know, something that has a little bit of clearance but still has like street tires, you know, nothing with any like crazy knobby tread or anything like that. And then yeah, if I'm hauling like if I'm going to be doing logging or you know, heavy haul like this, then I do some big triaxle, high clearance, you know, knobby tires, off-road ready kind of deal. All right, so here we are. Parking brake goes on. Let's get that off, and let's get our new special transport load. This one's nice and short, so I think we'll do this one, and then after that, I think we'll probably go ahead and change up the rig to be something a little different. I'm going to throw on the Be Right Back screen so that I can fix the viewership thing so that I can actually see what we got going on. And then I also am going to take a drink real quick. So I will be right back. And we are back, and yeah, Daniel, I also agree that, yeah, you wouldn't want a heavy spec hauling truck for a dry van or something like that. Yeah, it would look really weird, and just like out of place. And like I said, you know, I understand that some people, they like to do that. That's just how they play the game. You can absolutely play this game however you want, not bashing anyone for how they choose to play the game. But for me, personally, I like my rigs to look like something that you would see on the road in real life, and I was actually doing some multiplayer with Jackie last night, and we were talking about the same thing. You know, we both we realized that his style and my style are very similar in that we both really just enjoy having something that is, you know, is something that if that truck were to be on the road in real life, would we even really like notice it? And that's how I want my trucks to be. I want them to be something that, again, looks fit for what it's doing. And like, again, if I saw this truck hauling some giant reservoir tank, I would bat an eye because it's a giant load, but I wouldn't bat an eye because the truck looks funky, you know? This truck looks like something that would be hauling this kind of trailer. So, yeah, that's just my style. Everybody's got a different style, but that one is definitely mine. I do think I have at least one or two truck builds that are a little bit more showy and out there, but for the most part, again, try and keep them like something that you would see on a typical fleet truck, or again, a typical heavy haul truck, or whatever it may be. Most def, totally agree. Glad I'm not alone then. I mean, I obviously, like I said, Jackie and I were talking about it, realized we had the same style, so I already knew I wasn't alone from that, but I'm glad that also other people agree with us. Alright, this one is looking like it's going to be an interesting turn because there's traffic right at it. So I'm going to go way out into the intersection like that, and hopefully that is enough for the trailer to swing around that curve there, and it was plenty, it looks like. Yeah, alright. Thankfully this trailer is not as wide, so hopefully we'll not have any incidents like we did last time. But only time will tell. Alright, hopefully that truck stops there, and he does. Oh, he thought about going. Don't go. Yeah, don't do it. I need all the room I can get, dude. Right, and I believe we're going to be good there as well. Yep, plenty good. Now we can get back up to, I was going to say we can get back up to freeway speeds, but guess what? We're limited to 40 miles an hour, so that's not happening. But I think this is just going to be a nice chill cruise, because it looks like most of what we're driving is on the freeway, so we're just going to be cruising along at 40 miles an hour, not too much to worry about. Those first few turns were interesting, but yeah, I don't think there will be anything else too crazy, at least until we get closer to our destination. Wonderful Tuesday. It's a little overcast here, but nothing too crazy. It's not raining super hard. It's a little chilly. Threw on the heater in the room here, just to a nice 60 degrees, and that was plenty. I'm feeling nice and warm now. So I know that some of my Eastern and Canadian friends are getting some snow. Daniel, I don't know if that was you as well, but yeah, I've seen lots of pictures of people getting snow recently. I just saw something this morning that says we've got a thunderstorm watch for tomorrow, and I don't know if it's specifically my area, but very close to where I live, we got a tornado warning. That is pretty wild. Definitely not something that happens very often. I think last year, not super close by, but again, in an area that does not normally get tornadoes, got a tornado, and it did some pretty serious damage, so that was pretty wild. Hopefully that does not happen this time. Hopefully the tornado warning is just, again, just that. It's just a warning. It doesn't actually happen, but I guess we will see. So, yeah, for the time being, though, with the weather being as crazy as it is, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this nice weather that we've got in ATS here. I mean, look at that beautiful sunset, nice and clear skies, nothing too crazy going on. I am definitely loving the ATS weather. That's the one nice thing about playing a simulator, is that if the weather's bad in real life, you can set the weather to be good in the game and then enjoy that too. We got some snow on our local mountains after having a week of warm weather, so it has definitely cooled down quite a bit. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know about, again, don't know for you, but for us here, it was like 80 degrees, and then 4 days later, it snowed. So, yeah, lots of crazy weather patterns going on here, and it sounds like maybe that's the case there as well, but hopefully you guys start getting some warmer weather soon. Tornado in the PNW sounds pretty outrageous. It is pretty crazy. Definitely, when I moved here 5.5 years ago or whatever it was. Definitely not something I expected to be dealing with, but here we are. So, yeah, again, I don't think the tornado warning is... I think we're literally just outside of where the warning is active for, but again, either way, it's a little scary, you know? I mean, even if it is, you know, that we're outside of the range, it's still scary to know that it's close by. It's becoming like a possibility that tornadoes could actually hit where I live. That's something that I've always just been kind of scared of natural disasters and stuff like that. So I lived in California, where the only natural disasters you really had to worry about are earthquakes, and then Oregon, I was hoping, was kind of the area where you can kind of get away from all of that kind of stuff. And here we are, where now the Pacific Northwest has gotten a tornado once while I've been living here, and now we've got a warning for another one. So yeah, hopefully that does not continue to be the trend, but unfortunately you just never know. You know what? Interestingly, I have yet to explore this new map, at least new for me. So I'm definitely a little behind. Yeah, I'm with you. This, honestly, I mean, another reason I've been really enjoying the like streaming is because it's motivated me to play ATS more, and it has gotten me to drive the maps like Wyoming that I haven't driven a ton of, as my police escort is slamming on his brakes in front of me. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the two most recent DLCs I just haven't driven a ton. Everything else before, you know, they released while I was in school, and so, oh boy, I think we're gonna have a glitch here where this, okay, no, I thought that truck was stopping or something. Anyways, I was in school before, so I would have plenty of free time, and so when a new DLC would come out, I would literally take the entire day to drive through every single city and like every single major road on the day that it was released. Whereas, you know, now that I work, now that I've graduated college and work 40 hours a week, and you know, have other things to balance in life, I just have not been playing ATS as much. And so when new stuff is released, I don't exactly get the, you know, the most time to be able to actually explore it. So yeah, it's nice now with the streaming to actually be able to enjoy the new maps and stuff. Of course, now it's nighttime, so I can't really enjoy it because I can't see it. So sorry about that. Sorry that it's nighttime, but it is what it is, and I will just make sure to advance time maybe when we get to the next spot. I think honestly what I'll probably do is turn off the resting on this profile maybe, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or maybe I will just drive to a rest spot and just rest, even though my guy won't be tired because it gets reset anytime we pick a special transport. Yeah, no, of course, weather can be unpredictable, so it can be intimidating. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. It is quite intimidating because you just never know. I mean, especially with something like earthquakes, you just never know when it's going to happen. Any moment, it could, you know, you could get a 10.0 magnitude earthquake, and that is horrifying. I do not like to think about the fact that could happen at any point. But again, all part of life. I mean, it's not so much. I mean, there's nowhere that you could live that does not have some sort of natural disaster that happens. At least no area that I know of. So I think all things considered, I would pick the risk of big earthquakes over anything else, just personally. There we go again with them Canadianisms. Yep, you've got plenty of them. I think now that I've pointed out to you what some of them are, I think now you're noticing them. But I enjoy them, so don't ever stop. I appreciate your Canadianisms. Alright, don't know why the police officer is not getting over into this lane. I do have to turn soon, but you know what? I am going to be on this lane. We are sitting in a bad spot for earthquakes, always practicing the earthquake drills and whatnot in school. Yeah, that was a big thing growing up. Every, I think probably like once a month we did an earthquake drill. And, yeah, those were always interesting, but they taught me a lot, that's for sure. If you're fine with them, then I'll continue to use them. I am definitely fine with them, so use them away. Use them as much as you want. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make this turn here. I've got a car sitting there waiting. It's kind of in a bad spot, but again, don't think it'll be much of an issue. Again, we're met with another dirt road, as was to be expected. It looks like we've got another gate. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn off my brights here. Why not? Let's see. Hopefully this gate will go up soon. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna get real close. Pull in and be good to go. Let's go ahead and go into the exterior view once again so we can see when we are green. Almost there, and there we are. Alright. We can drop that trailer. And we are done. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save. And then I think what we'll probably do is, I think I'll use one of the trucks that I just made a skin for. Because like I said, this morning I made skins for this truck, the International LT, and the 9900i. I used the 9900i in the last stream, so I think what we're going to go ahead and do is use the LT. Let's see if I can just figure out where it is. Excuse me, I apologize for the burping. I know I could mute my mic, but I'm too lazy for that. Yeah, it looks like that is it right there. It is in Casper, where we just came from, of course. So we'll go ahead and select it, and then we will go ahead and drive it just real quick so that we can get into a spot to sleep. Only in games are halogens bright enough to use at night. Yeah. No kidding. Alright, this truck is nice and quiet compared to the other one, so I probably will be able to boost my volume back up. But either way, let's go ahead and get in here, get some sleep. Maybe I won't boost the volume up just in case. And again, I know I don't need to rest, but I'm going to just because why not? That gets us to 2 a.m. Let's just go ahead and sleep one more time. Alright. And now we are going to go ahead and back up. Let's turn all of our lights on. And then I know that when I pick a new trailer, it's just going to go ahead and auto spawn it anyways, but it's going to move me, you know? But I'm still going to go ahead and back up out of here. Oh, didn't roll down the window before I stuck my head out. There we go. And I don't know how much gas or fuel this thing has. I got to get out of the habit of saying gas. I always say it, and everybody always gives me crap for it. And I understand, because these things do not take gas. They take diesel. So I guess you gotta start saying fuel. Alright. Let's just go ahead and fill up the tank. Why not? And then we will get our trailer decided. Just gonna do a box trailer of some sort. Let's see, do I want to do a Reefer? Not that one. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do the Reefer. Let's see. Do we have any cool paint jobs for it or anything? Does not look like it. Do we have a... Oh, we do have a DNA transport skin for it. You know what? I'm going to use it. I don't think I use it very often. I think I will go ahead and change the wheels, though. I think we're just going to go ahead... We're going to do some singles. I don't do those very often. I feel like it's a good change of pace. Let's do some single non-polished ones like that. I thought there was new ones of this. Oh, maybe not. I thought there was new ones that had like a further stick out or something like that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and be weird. Now, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I hate it. We're not going to do that. We're going to use, yeah, let's go ahead and do, where's the 22? Yeah. Oh, that's another single. All right, hang on. There we go. That's the one I want. All right. Only took me like a million tries. I found it eventually. And we will go ahead and throw some Goodyears on there. And I think we'll actually go ahead and darken up the color just a tad. I don't like them to look like glaring white, you know? And I think that is a pretty good looking setup. Confirm. Use. Oh, right. I gotta move it. Relocate to Casper. Yes. And then we will use it. And I think we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and change the title of the video and all that. So I'm going to give you guys the Be Right Back screen once again. But I'm going to, as I did last time, hang out with my mic on. So if you guys want to chat with me, feel free. I am here to talk. And I've got the thing on full screen, so if you guys say anything, I will be able to see it. So, just going to change the title here. I guess I'll just change it to the SCS International LT stream. Why not? I can't think of any other name to give it. Actually, here. I'll just say doing loads. Hauling loads in the SCS International LT. Hauling reefer loads. There we go. Okay, I think I'm finally confident in that one. And then I gotta change the description as well. Spiffy. Spiffy indeed. I do like that. I like that setup. It is very realistic, so I'm excited to use it. Let's go ahead and change the description here. I know it's probably beating a dead horse, but what would you want to see added to the game? Ooh, I wouldn't say that's beating a dead horse. I always like answering. I always like thinking about this question. It is hard to say now, though, because now at this point, they've added a lot of the things that I wanted. If we were to say that, like, licensing issues and all that kind of stuff were out of the way, which obviously they're not, so I don't think that... I don't know if any of these things that I'm thinking of would ever be able to... I guess, actually, I don't need to have the Be Right Back screen on. I can just have it on my face so that you can still see me when I'm talking. I think if we were to throw licensing issues and stuff like that out of the way, and I were to be able to get anything added to the game that I wanted, I would probably say, like, dirt like the trucks getting dirty, and like having to use like truck washes and stuff. That would be really cool. Along with that, I would say also like having trucks break down. Obviously not, I wouldn't want that to be like a huge thing. I would want that to maybe be like a slider, you know, like you can choose how often, just like with traffic and stuff like that, you can choose how often, or not traffic, like rain probability. I would want it to be a slider like that where you can choose how often your like truck has issues and stuff like that. But yeah, like blown tires, you know, stuff like that. And again, like to where it is actually visible. I know that right now technically that is something that's already in the game because that's what the service shops are for. But again, it's not something you see. It's something that just like all of a sudden your truck starts having issues because you crashed into a wall at 100 miles an hour, you know. But yeah, I would like to see that added. And then again, throwing licensing issues out of the way, I think it'd be really cool to see a lot of see SCS do some old trucks or something like that. But again, unfortunately, those are all things that I think SCS is unable to do because of the fact that, you know, licensing is a thing. I'm not going to change the thumbnail. I don't think anyone's going to really be too worried about it. So, yeah, just going to leave that, even though it's obviously the 49X. It's fine. All right, let's jump back into the game. I'm sure there's other like features and stuff too that I would like to see that I just can't think of right now. Or maybe I'll think of them as I start driving. But yeah, those are definitely the main ones, especially the like trucks getting dirty and stuff. Oh, I guess before I start driving, I should figure out what my load's gonna be. Let's see. Those are nice and short. Let's go ahead and go to another page. I would like to kind of find something to Jackson, maybe. Did I pass something to Jackson already? No. Looks like we might be straight out of luck. Lots of things to Cheyenne, Rock Springs. Okay, no, we're still good, I think. Yeah, these are all still shorter than what Jackson would be. But there's nothing to Jackson. All right. Well, let's see what else. Where else could we go? Evanston, Rock Springs. I know that there was something to Rock Springs. Right? Yeah, Rock Springs. Evanston? Anything to Evanston? No. Let's go ahead and take something to Rock Springs. Is there anything that's nearby? Yeah, we'll take beverages. I'm cool with that. They could add those classic trucks in, but with a twist, and they could do it like what they did with older games. That is true. I do remember the older games where we had Kinetic instead of Kenworth. That's classic. I started playing the truck sims back on, I think Convoy was the first game I ever had, and yeah, they had the fake trucks. And those were pretty hilarious. I mean, they made it look, you know, just like the real thing, but yeah, the names were pretty funny. But yeah, that is true. They could do that, but again, I think with this one having simulator in the title, they've kind of mentioned it before. They want it to be as true to real life as you can get, you know. And again, having like trucks with fake names isn't exactly realistic. So I think that's probably why they haven't done that yet, despite how many people have said that they want classic trucks in the game. And, oh, we've got plenty of traffic here. That is wonderful. At least it's a stop sign, not a light, so hopefully the traffic will flow through it pretty quickly. But since they already entered into a licensing agreement with several manufacturers, that may kind of confuse them. Yeah, I would agree, probably, with the licensing agreements that they already have. I feel like it would be too big of a risk to, you know, create fake trucks. I think the only ones that they could do would be, you know, like GMC or Ford, you know, like brands that they don't have an agreement with. But yeah, if they were to do, again, like if they were to make let's just say a Kenworth T2000, I think is the real name of it. If they were to make it again and have it be the Kinetic T2 or whatever, I feel like Kenworth would probably be pretty pissed about that. So, Yeah, so I don't think old trucks will ever be coming to the game unless we get lucky. I mean, again, we just got the 9900i, which isn't in production anymore, but that was a truck that they started when it was still in production. So I think we just, again, got lucky there. I don't think that's something that would happen with the other brands, but again, you never know. I mean, SCS has done a lot of other things that I would have never expected. So, like, you know, with 1.44 coming up and the air suspension, that's something I didn't think that they would ever really worry about. I figured they would just be like, yeah, whatever, you know, and just kind of move on past it. But here it comes. So, yeah, anything is possible. I think probably as far as other... I'm trying to think of other things. Wow, we've got a lot of traffic we're going to have to wait for here. Other features that I would like to see. I think one that would be really cool, and again, I know somebody tried making a mod for this once, and it was just way too hard to do. So we'll have to wait to see if SCS does do it someday. But that would be being able to deliver to multiple spots, like on one load. I think that would be super cool and very realistic. That is something that in real life happens all the time, where you pick up a load and then you deliver to one spot, and then you drive to another city or another spot in the same city, and then have to deliver the second half of your load. So that would be really cool to see. And along kind of like feeding off of that, I would also like to see like the actual unloading process, you know, like even if it's just a cutscene, it'd be kind of cool to actually like see the stuff getting unloaded out of your trailer. I think that would be cool, but again, that would be another thing that would probably be pretty difficult to do, but hey, maybe it'll happen someday, you never know. Those would definitely add to the realism, and that would be really cool. And then of course, they've kind of already added it, but not really, is being able to walk. I know, again, right now you can use the dev console, and then when you're in like the showroom, you can actually walk around, which is super cool. But it would be cool to see that in the actual game too, so that you could get out and walk when you're like at a gas station or a rest stop or whatever. But I mean, that's one of those things that, you know, the game, and they've mentioned this before, they've actually talked about, you know, the fact that like why walking isn't a part of the game right now. And it's because of the fact that, you know, the game has been designed without that in mind. You know, the entire, all the prefabs and everything was designed for you to stay in your truck. And so if they suddenly were to add that, you'd be able to like walk through walls and stuff like that, and it would be a mess. So that's something that could come down the road, but I don't think it'll be happening anytime soon, because it would basically be an entire game rework. I think a lot of people misunderstand how licensing agreements work, just how much red tape is involved with it, and they always draw a comparison to car manufacturers. Yes, I 100% agree. There are so many things with licensing that I don't understand. I mean, like, for example, the Mac Anthem is in, is in, like, SnowRunner, and it gets dirty and destroyed and whatever, but for some reason in American Truck Simulator it can't. Like, things like that, I don't understand why the companies agreed to let that happen, but then didn't agree to do it for American Truck Simulator. I mean, there's other games too, like where there's a truck that is in those games that is not in American Truck Simulator, and like, you know, it just seems weird. Why would they pick a game that's not specifically about trucking over a game that is specifically about trucking? But again, it's all part of the weird world that is licensing. So, not something I understand, but it is what it is. I realize, you know, that's a phrase I don't say very often in normal life, but when it comes to streaming, I apparently say it a lot. I say it is what it is so many times. I almost just said it again. That's funny. Oh, I'm speeding. Whoops. Got a ticket for that. Deserved it. It's fine. Oh, I think I'm about to sneeze. Let's mute my mic so you guys don't have to hear. I did in fact sneeze. Okay, I feel much better now, though. That was one of those sneezes that it needed to happen. Alright. Gotta catch up on the messages here. Can be quite annoying to see, but hey, that's why I keep my distance, so their unrealistic expectations doesn't rub off on me. Yeah, I definitely am in the same boat. Hiya, buddy. Go off, sis. You always say it when I vent. Hi, honey. Yes, that is fair. I guess I do say it a lot when you are venting. I try not to, though, because I feel like if I say it is what it is when you're, like, venting about something, then it's kind of like, oh, yeah, it is what it is, don't worry about it. And that's not what I mean when I say it. So, hopefully, I don't think you ever take it that way, but, you know, if you do, I apologize, and I will try to stop saying it so much. That just comes naturally. Yeah, that is fair. All right, let's go ahead and go to Rock Springs. I take it in a positive context, don't worry. Okay, good, because that's what I mean. I mean it in a positive context. I'm just like, it is what it is, let's just move on, you know, like, we'll make the best of it. It's not so much like a, it is what it is, stop worrying about it, you know, like, in a negative context. It's not like a, it is what it is, so, you know, don't think about it. It's like a, it is what it is, so work with it, make it the best it can be. Alright, let's get backed up into this spot here. Thankfully this does not seem like too bad of a spot to load up in. Should be able to get this on one go, hopefully. Just gonna straighten out there. Alright, we're almost into the spot. I think I'm over the line a little bit on the other side, but I should still be in the green as far as being enough in the spot. So we'll see. Yeah. There we go. It is what it is. Shut up, loser. Punches me in the gut. I would never. Oh, good. You're just kidding. I'm glad that that you said just kidding, because otherwise I would have never known. I guess that was more of a just kidding to let everybody else know that you're kidding. Why is my truck not starting? I'm pressing the wrong button? Hello? Oh, is my keyboard just not working? Oh, my keyboard just wasn't working. Holding my keyboard too far away, I guess. Oh, I'm in neutral. Alright. Oh, and now I'm hitting the flashers when I don't need to. Although I guess I am in a business area, so I probably should go ahead and throw those on. I want to make sure everyone knew that you are the sweetest being. Thank you. I appreciate that you want everybody else to know that I am not an awful person. Let's go ahead and get rolling on out of here. I thought maybe there would be a train coming by or something, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, the flashers can go off now. The window can go up. We are good to go. Thank you for everyone who is here watching, hanging out. You guys are very appreciated. I know that on the last stream I had quite a few views by the end of it, and also I think I had like 3 new subscribers. So if any of you that are currently watching are the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing and welcome to the squad. I don't know, I gotta come up with a name for my subscribers, since that's like a normal live streamer thing to do, and apparently now I'm gonna be live streaming more often because I'm loving it, and you guys are loving it, so, you know, it's something that I'll probably stick with for a while. And with that being the case, I gotta come up with a name for you guys. I don't know if anybody has any ideas, but I am not creative at all, so whatever you guys come up with and want it to be, I think I'll stick with it. Psh, no, we'd never assume you're the bad guy. Oh, good. I hope that I'm nice enough that no one would ever assume that I could be bad, because I don't think I ever could be, unless somebody really, like, and Al knows this about me, is like, it takes a lot to make me mad. And I mean, don't get me wrong. When I do get mad, it's bad. But yeah, again, I think pretty much every time I do get really mad, it's usually justified. And I think I've gotten a lot better over the years about not getting mad if I know it's not justified. So yeah, I would say I'm a pretty nice person. So I'm glad that it shows, or at least it appears that it shows. I want to be the burritos. I do think that is creative. I don't want to just shoot you down, but I don't think I'm a big enough of a fan of burritos to to call my fan base, my live stream viewers, the burritos. So although very creative idea, I think I'm gonna have to take a pass on that one. Who's honking? Why did somebody just honk at me? Or was that outside? I can't tell if that was outside or in the game. Nope, that was definitely in the game. Alright, I don't know who's honking. Are they honking at me because this guy in front of me isn't pulled forward enough? Oh, it's the cars in front of me are stopped and they're honking at each other. Well, I'm gonna join in. Alright, it's not doing anything. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. I most definitely am, and I'm glad that other people are enjoying it as well. I'm glad that you're able to come and hang out so far on... I think you've been here for every stream so far, so... yeah, Daniel, I really appreciate you being here. All the times that Jeff was streaming, it was either too late or some other reason. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that too, unfortunately, with like, yeah, with Bomar or Chris or Jeff or whoever it is streaming. It always seems like they're streaming at a time that I can't watch them. Same with all the other streamers that, you know, I watch. It seems to be the case that they always stream while I'm at work, which kind of makes sense because my work schedule is not the best. But yeah, it is a little frustrating to not be able to watch the live streams of the people that I want to support the most, you know? But it is what it is. Why did I just get a ticket? What happened there? Weird. But yeah, again, just part of life. Everybody has different schedules. Everybody has different times that they're able to do things, and it works out now that my schedule is that I work Thursday through Sunday, which means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I should be able to stream pretty much pretty consistently, so that'll be fun. At least with yours we're in the same time zone, so it's real convenient. Yeah, that's true. It is nice that we are in the same time zone, so it thankfully seems to work out pretty well. Okay, the chicken pot pies. I mean, I'm not completely against it, but now the name seems too long. I would feel weird being like, ah, welcome to the team, my little chicken pot pie. CPPs. I want you to hear me say that out loud. Welcome, my CPP. I don't think that one would work too well either. Ah, I see PP, you know. Don't think anyone would be too big of a fan of that one. No, I feel like it's got to play off of maybe like the DNA social name or something like that. Hi PP. Yeah, I don't know. Perfect people. I'm okay with just calling my fans the perfect people. Welcome, my perfect people, to the stream. Yeah, that feels natural. I'm cool with that one. What do you, Daniel? What do you think? Are we going with the perfect people? Or anyone else who's watching? I don't know if there's anyone else watching right now. It says that there's 2 viewers currently, so I'm gonna assume that's just you two. But I also, again, I don't think it's entirely accurate because it says there's currently 2 viewers, and I have the stream up on my phone on a different YouTube account, so that would be 1 viewer. And there's clearly 2 of you in here. There's Al and Daniel, so that makes 3. So I don't know why the thing is telling me that there's only 2 viewers currently, but whatever. It is what it is. You know what? Happy wife, happy life. But she just said no. I was joking in all caps. So why not? Why? why can we not call them the perfect people? I feel like they are the perfect people. I mean, if they're watching me, then they've got good taste, obviously. Whatever you two do, then by all means. No, Daniel, you gotta say as well. So far, you viewed every stream, so I think you get a say here. Corn emojis. All right. That's something. Definitely not calling my viewers the corn, but I still appreciate it. Still appreciate all the chat interactions. Oh, corny. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I thought you were saying that I should call them the corn. Most likely, no. No, perfect people is corny. Yeah, that's fair. It is. But I feel like anything is going to be corny, if I'm being honest. Maybe I should just call them some random name, like Danny Gonzalez does. He just calls his viewers Greg. Children of the Corn. I was silent there for a minute trying to think of what some good names would be, and I have nothing. I feel like this is something I'm gonna have to decide off stream, and then excuse me, and then on the next stream. I'm burping again. Man, I burp a lot on stream. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think I'll have to decide off stream maybe, and then come back on the next stream and be like, I've decided what I'm gonna call you guys. If that's the case, then in my humble opinion, I don't think we need a personal designation or anything of the sort, but perhaps I'm just boring like that. Yeah, that's true too. Don't actually have to give anyone a name. Don't have to give the viewers a name. I know that that's something popular with live streamers, but not all of them do it, so maybe I'll just be one that doesn't do it. I'll just maybe stick with like welcome to the team or welcome to the fam, whatever it may be, you know, just one of the normal ones. Welcome to the YouTube squad. Just kidding. Squad is not something I ever really say in normal context, so I would feel weird saying that. But I do appreciate your humble opinion, Daniel. I think it is a fair point to make that, you know, maybe the viewers just don't really need a name, that the subscribers don't need a name, or maybe it is something that'll just come further down the line. Hashtag squad goals. Squad goals indeed. Is that truck smoking? It is. Well, they must have gotten into an accident or something. Sad. I just realized the speed limit's 70 here and I'm only going 50. Let's see if I can bump up the... I'll just set cruise control now and then bump the cruise control all the way up to 70. And there we go. I'm curious, what was your inspiration for your channel name? Is that just something out of thin air? It was not out of thin air. We did have inspiration. It was because my name is Drew and my wife's name is Al. So D and A are the two letters, and so I was like, oh, DNA. Oh, like D-N-A. And then, boom, next thing we know, you know, the DNA is the name, and then I was like, oh, and then to play off of it, like, I can do, like, you know, depending on what it is, I can have, like, the slogans be, like, DNA related. So, like, for example, in ACC, I have my racing team, which is called DNA Racing, and, like, our little slogan is racing is in our DNA. And then, like, DNA Transport is, like, my in-game company for ATS, and, like, I don't really put the slogan on the trucks anymore, but I used to, and when I did, it was transporting your goods is in our DNA, or transporting your DNA good, transporting, Jesus, oh my God, whew, reset, transporting your goods safely is in our DNA was the slogan, and as you can see, I stopped putting it on the trucks because I clearly can't say it for some reason, but yeah, that's where it came from. Ah, you're very clever. Thank you. It was for a school project. That is true. Yeah, the original one was for a school project, and we were coming up with parts for something. We were like designing a company, I think is what it was. And yeah, the company was called DNA Automotive. And yeah, and so I've just kind of stuck with that. And then when I created the YouTube channel, I just stuck with the DNA theme, and so I did DNA Social. And that's just my name for all of my YouTube-related social medias. It's just, they're all DNA Social or DNA Social on YouTube or whatever it may be. But yeah, that was the inspiration. I was always familiar with DNA as deoxyribonucleic acid. I haven't had to say that in so long. I probably said it so wrong. I don't think I've said that since I was in like 6th grade in science class, but but that's because I was a biology student at one point. Yeah, that'll definitely play a part into what you think of it as, but yeah, not me. That is not where it came from. I certainly understand why that's why you think of that. No, you nailed it. All right, good. I'm glad I got it right. That's a big word to try and say, especially when you haven't said it in a long time. All right, the total views for this stream just got to 69. Nice. Although that's also maybe not nice because there's I think the peak viewers has only been like 5. So hopefully we can get more people that come in here and actually stay and hang out. I know there was that guy LeVar at the beginning. I don't know if he's still here, but he said a few things in the chat and then didn't really say much after that. So hopefully we can get more people like that, though, that come in, say something in the chat, and actually hang out. That would be fun. Don't get me wrong, I love hanging out with you guys that are here right now, but you know, it's always more. The more the merrier, as I always say. So hopefully we can get more people that actually come in and hang out. You know what? If not, it's okay, because you guys keep me plenty entertained. So I'm very glad you guys are here. If you guys are ever not here, though, I'm gonna be a complete mess because I'm gonna have nothing to talk about. You live with me, so I understand. I do indeed live with you, but I enjoy it very much. Alright, bumping up to 75 once again. If I can get there, because my foot is to the floor. And I'm going up like 1 mile an hour at a time. I mean, obviously I'm going up 1 mile an hour at a time, but I'm saying like I'm going up 1 mile an hour at a very slow pace. I had to go do the new things I learned, but I wanted to hop in and say hi. Well, honey, I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Your support is always greatly appreciated, and I hope you have a great rest of your work day, and I love you so much. Lunch is at 11:15. All right, well then I guess I know when I'm ending the stream. We're just chilling out. If you decide to cross the border into Canada, specifically BC and into Vancouver, I'd gladly buy you a coffee or something, or a beer, whichever you'd prefer. Sounds good, Daniel. I probably will take you up on that offer someday. We definitely want to go to Canada. We want to visit Connor for sure, but I know he's on the other end of Canada from you, so we'll have to see. We do have a $5 Canadian, we have $5 CAD currently that were sent to us by Connor, but the thing is we promised Connor we'd use that for, we're going to visit him for his birthday, his 19th birthday, and we're going to use that $5 to buy him his first drink, so that should be fun. Looks like if my YouTube thing is correct, we got 6 viewers now. So for those of you that are here hanging out and are new to the channel and new to the stream, welcome. Feel free to say hi or something in the chat, or if that's not your thing, then just enjoy the content. Enjoy me hanging out and talking to the people who are here saying stuff in chat. Cheers to that. I would love to meet all of my internet friends someday. I don't know how realistic it actually is, but you know, we're living in a day and age where I actually think I have more. Actually, I know I have more internet friends than like real friends, and a lot of the people that I'm closest to are internet friends. Definitely, I would say there's at least a few people that I'm closer with, like a few people that I know in person and are friends with in person that I'm closer with than certain of my internet friends. But I mean, again, I'm not gonna like compare them and be like, oh yeah, this is a better friend than this guy. But yeah, when it gets down to it, it is a weird day and age to live in where like I consider, you know, some of my internet friends to be close enough that like I would call them like family, you know. And I definitely would like to meet all those people. So I've already met Connor, and that was super cool. But yeah, I would say a lot of the HFG guys are probably next on the list. I would love to meet all of the HFG guys someday. 'Cause great bit of people. Oh, I might slam into this guy. Okay, made it. We're good. That was a close call, but we're good. But yeah, great group of people, and it would be wonderful to meet all of them someday. And that includes you, Daniel. I've traveled down to Portland a few times, but usually we scope out them premium outlet malls. Yeah. Well, hey, if you ever come down to Portland again, please let me know. It would be awesome to meet you. I think the furthest north I've been, as far as like on my own or just with my wife or whatever, has been Seattle. I have been to Vancouver and the surrounding area, but that's when I was like, gosh, I think I was in like first grade. I was very young, and obviously that was like a family trip. But yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun to make that trip someday. Hopefully, once getting over the border is a little easier, you know, because right now I know you still have to have all the like a COVID test and all that kind of stuff. Which I mean, I would be fine with doing, but if we were just to do like a a short little like day or two trip, I don't think it'd be worth all the hassle of getting a legit COVID test done and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see. I'm open to anything. And I have a vehicle that I don't pay for gas for, so obviously driving up there wouldn't be the issue. Having to pay for gas or anything like that would not be the problem, so I'm not worried about that. More so just trying to find the time, and you know, we'd have to pay for a hotel and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, definitely would love to do it someday. So I will keep that in mind, Daniel, and I will hold you to it. You owe me a coffee or a beer when I get there. And I'll extend the same offer to you, that if you ever come down to Portland, let me know. I will gladly buy you a coffee or a beer, whatever you like to drink. All right, we are pulling into our destination here. Looks like we are off to the right. Oh, and I gotta change my my setting on where to back up, because I set it to be easy parking for the oversized loads, but now I do not want it to be easy parking because I am not in an oversized trailer anymore. So let's go ahead and leave the truck here for a second. Am I blocking stuff? No, not really. I gotta slow this thing down. I don't think I'm blocking anything. Yeah, traffic's flowing fine. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Where are we delivering to? Oh, right, I'm looking at the spot. I didn't look at the map since switching the settings. Okay, so let's go back to the truck. And jump in the truck from the passenger side. Cool sound effects. It's still showing on my map that it's there. And that is just not true. It's saying that it's like right here. So I guess let's see if maybe on the map it hasn't reset, but it actually has reset in the game. And it has. Alright. So there we go. So let's see if... Oh, nope. I was wondering if maybe I could pull around from this side of the building, but it does not look like it. Alright. So now I know where to go. And that does not seem like that's going to be an easy spot to get to. So think I'm gonna have to turn around. And let's do the same thing as before. Jump. Alright. Let us see what we can do as far as getting back into this spot. I'm gonna go ahead and roll down the windows now. So I leave my head out. I'm not shoving my head through a glass window. Just for the sake of not annoying you guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the flashers, even though realistically I would have them on. I will admit that they probably would get kind of annoying to you guys. You know, now that I'm looking at it, we've got more room to turn around than I thought we did, so I think we will be okay. No major jackknifing going on. Shouldn't be too unrealistic. All of these types of prefabs, they make for very interesting situations. I agree. I also like these prefabs because they just feel a lot more realistic. You know, being able to back up to a dock is something that, okay, I know I said I wouldn't leave flashes on, but it just feels too unrealistic. In real life, you know, you back up to a prefab. You back up to a loading dock. So it is nice that they have started to add stuff in the game that is more true to life. Okay, this is going to be fun because, as usual, the mirrors are awful. So let's see if I can do this from the interior view. I'm kind of going to doubt it, but it is possible, I think. And I think maybe what I'll do, just to, again, keep the realism, is I think I'll just, like, kind of go into the outside view to take a look and see how I'm doing. Because in real life, you could just step out of the truck, see how you're doing. And it looks like I'm doing fairly good at the moment. So let's go ahead and start turning back the other direction. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I am... well, I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. No, maybe not. Alright, let's go ahead and... we'll pull forward and kind of to the left a little bit, so that way I can get a better view of my trailer without having to use my mirrors and stuff like that. And then... we'll go ahead and start backing up again. The wheel fully cranked from the start. Love the floating cones. That's one of the things about this mod, is that it is a little funny to see the cones just floating in the air. Oh, I might have cranked it too much. I believe I did. Alright, let's pull forward one more time. For those of you that are new to watching this, I am definitely not the best at reversing. But, like, I'm not the best at reversing from the inside view. But I'm definitely getting better. I'm learning every single time I do it. And so far this one is actually not going too bad. I think I can just start getting straight now. And we should be good to go. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Perfectly in the lines. And we are in the green. Let's see if we can bump the dock though, just for fun. Let's see if we can bump the dock and still be in the green. Getting close. We can! Alright. Making it as realistic as we absolutely can. And we will hit enter and unload. Oh, I should probably turn the truck off first. There we go. Look at that. Can't believe I actually did it. Alright, and let's go ahead and take another job if we can find one that's cool. That one's way too far. What are we thinking? Anybody got a preference? Do we want to go to Logan, Salt Lake City, or even though that one is really long, I would be willing to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it on this stream, but I could at least get started for sure. So what are we thinking? Better you than me. If you say so. I feel like if you were to I'm assuming you're talking about the reversing. I think you could reverse just as good or better. Daniel, do you have a say on which load I should take? Don't leave it up to me. Just pick one. I am down for any. All right, Logan it is. And let's go ahead and get the truck started here. And, sorry, I just had to readjust myself. Getting a little uncomfy. My butt was starting to hurt. It's been way too long since I hopped on there. Hey, you never know. Some things are like riding a bike, and I feel like this might be one of those things. When you did play, would you back up in first person, or would you just back up from the exterior view? I'm curious to know what other people do. I know a lot of people do back up from the interior view because they're like, it's realistic, and I want to be as realistic as possible. And then other people, like how I used to be, was that I would just go into the outside view because I was like, if I'm playing this game, I don't want it to be stressful, and when I'm backing up from the interior view, it stresses me out. Whereas now, after practicing for a while, it no longer that is the case. I now no longer get stressed out trying to back up from the inside view, but yeah, for a while there, that was why I did it. Okay, hang on. Okay, I've got a realistic companies mod, and usually it is pretty great, but I just want to point out that it covered that one up with Macy's. I can guarantee you that there is no Macy's in the world that is that small. And then next to it is a Lowe's. Also can guarantee you that no Lowe's is that small. The arcade and the Subway, totally believable. But a Lowe's and a Macy's? No way. That out of the way. I would always go for first person because realism. Haha. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that had switched over to being on the interior view just for the realism's sake. But yeah, it is quite fun. Oh wow, you're just gonna come flying around the corner here, aren't you, Mr. Camaro? Yeah, I don't know if that was the best idea for you. Hopefully I can clear him. Nope, hang on. Window's up right now. Shoving my head through the window. Let's not do that. Okay, let's wait till we're clear. And then I'll try and avoid hitting this guy. This is going to be interesting. Must be that pandemic. Yeah, that's true. Leading him to downside. Okay, I thought you were saying that the must be the pandemic is what got me to start backing up from the interior view, which it actually is. When the pandemic first started, I was like, well, if I'm going to be playing this game more often, might as well start feeding into being more realistic. But yeah, no, leading him to downsize. That's funny. Yeah, I guess so. They were like, we'd rather just, instead of going out of business, let's just make our companies a lot smaller. So that's what they did. That is funny. Alright, we made it without hitting the Camaro or anything else. I would consider that a win. That's what happens to Target's Canadian division. Had a short run, and before we knew it, they were closing down and shutting down operations here. That is hilarious that you mentioned that, because that was something that Connor talked about while he was here. We told him we wanted to take him to Target because we were like, Target is such like an American thing. And he was like, well, no. I mean, it was in Canada for a little bit, but they didn't last very long. And then we talked about the fact that, like, as Americans, we are very prone to impulse buying things, and Target is 100% an impulse buy store. And so we're saying that the reason it was not successful in Canada is Canadians are much more, they have much more self-control than we do. And honestly, I feel like that's a pretty solid point. I don't know if you agree or not, but I think all three of us, me, Connor, and Al, all agreed that is 100% why Target was not successful in Canada, as Canadians are much more self-controlled. Right, pulling up to the stop. I can roll up the window again now. Maybe I won't roll it up all the way now that I'm in a quieter truck. I'll roll the right window down just a tad. We'll call that good. So it seems. Alright, I'm glad we're not alone then. Alright, got the green arrow. Man, that was a short light. But I still made it, so we're good. Swing nice and wide. Gears keep popping in and out, it looks like. So for the most part, it seems like Daniel, it's just you and I hanging out here. Again, I've got the stream up on my phone, cheating a little bit. But that's what it is. But yeah, hey, if there is anybody else watching, feel free to jump into the chat and say something. Or again, if you're not comfortable with it, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the content. Enjoy me and Daniel blabbing back and forth, because we've gotten pretty good at it at this point. I tend to agree a lot of those store locations were occupied by Walmart Canada, and then they dipped them. And they dipped, then Target came in, and then Target was losing money, so Walmart took back those locations again. Interesting. That certainly makes sense. I feel like Walmart is another place that like could be an impulse buy store like Target is, but for the most part, Walmart is actually useful. Walmart has like groceries, that are not super expensive and stuff like that, whereas yeah, Target, everything is just, again, it's either impulse buys or it's just more expensive than it is at any other retailer. So it's like, in places like Canada, it just doesn't make sense. Again, Target seems to be kept alive purely by impulse buys. So like, yes, even though people do go there and they do buy groceries while they're there, that's not usually like what they're there for. They're not usually there like grocery shopping. They're usually there to just do like a lot of other shopping, and then they're like, oh well, while I'm here, might as well get my groceries, and I think that's why probably it did not survive at Target. I mean, in Canada. Walmart in the US is such a strange spot. At least the memes make it out to be as such. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, most of the Walmart memes that you see, they're pretty accurate, at least when it comes to the U.S. I mean, Walmart is just such a weird place. And, like, Al and I usually do most of our grocery shopping at Walmart, so hopefully we don't fit into that typical Walmart shopper category, but yeah, there's a lot of very strange people in Walmart, and, like, it almost feels like an alternate world, just because it's just like people just throw their manners out the window, just do all kinds of weird stuff, say weird things. Like, it is just so odd, dude. It is so odd, but it's cheap, so that's why we keep going. I always figured it was just like another Walmart or something. No, it is definitely not. It is it's got a lot of like interesting weird knickknacks, like, it's, the way that I would describe it is it's a more bougie Walmart. Like, it's Walmart, but for people who have money. Like, that's honestly the best way I could describe it. It's just like, yeah, like people who are like upper middle to higher class, they shop at Target instead of like Walmart. Whereas like lower class all shop at like Walmart, it seems like. But yeah, Target is an interesting place. Like Al and I go to Target just for like, again, like certain things, like they have like a good selection of Hot Wheels usually. Hot Wheels, Legos, Al likes getting Squishmallows, all those things. Like, yes, Walmart has them, but usually their selection is pretty garbage. So yeah, we like going to Target for those things. Same with just like there are certain snacks and stuff that Target has that Walmart usually doesn't. doesn't carry. Wow, my steering wheel is shaking like crazy. I guess going 71 is not ideal right now, but yeah, it is a fancier place. That's what I've heard. Everyone leaves their manners at the door when they enter. Yes, 100%. Like Al and I still try to use ours, but yeah, for the most part, most people, that is not the case. All right, gotta pull into this way station here. That is a little unfortunate because I was cruising at 70 miles an hour, but it's fine. Gotta do what the DOT wants. Looks like we should pull around in here. I should probably check to see what my rest is looking like. Am I sleepy? No, not quite yet. Probably finish up this delivery before I need to sleep. And we've got the green light, so we are good to get rolling once again. So obviously, like I said, I'm going to end the stream once Al goes on lunch at 11:15. But I'm thinking, honestly, like, I'm having fun with this. I'm playing games anyway. That's the wonderful thing about live streaming, is that, like, you're going to play the game anyway. Might as well just live stream it. I'm thinking of playing some Train Sim World 2 after this. I mean, after Al's lunch. I'm thinking of doing that because I just got the Horseshoe Curve DLC, and I am absolutely loving it. So I'm thinking of playing that on stream maybe after this. Is that something that you'd maybe be interested in, Daniel? Or I don't know if maybe anyone else would be interested in it. I mean, a place where you can purchase your groceries and maybe while you're at it, a gun perhaps. Yeah, dude, Walmart is so weird. It is so American. Like, yeah, any place where you can get toilet paper and a gun is just so weird to me. Like, you can get a toilet paper, a gun, groceries, a fishing rod, tennis balls, a PS5, a brand new 80-inch TV. Like, everything is there, and that is so weird to me. But at the same time, it makes sense because it's convenient. I mean, you know, I'm not saying anytime I go to Walmart I'm going to want to buy a gun, a TV, a PS5, toilet paper, groceries, and all of the other things that I mentioned. But, I mean, it's nice to know, I guess, that I've got that option. Train Sim is quite interesting to watch. Cool. I'm not definitely not the best at it. Like with American Truck Simulator, I know how to kind of keep it realistic, whereas with Train Sim World, that is not so much the case. But, you know, I at least will have fun, and hopefully we'll make it fun. And yeah, the horseshoe curve route. There we go. That took a lot. That route is really pretty so far. From what I've driven in it, it has been quite great. Wow, this is a very sharp turn, and that is a very steep runaway truck ramp. But yeah, so far the scenery is beautiful, and I have definitely been loving it. So I think that would be fun to play, and yeah, hopefully it'll be fun to watch as well. Multiple trips to buy multiple guns and multiple TVs. Yeah, dude, couldn't imagine. Thankfully, never will have to deal with that. The joys of Walmart. At the bottom of my, I wear slippers while I play. Anytime I'm like on the driving sim, and the bottom is starting to come apart, and so it's getting stuck under the pedal occasionally. Keeps freaking me out. It's a cool little town. I like this a lot. Garden City. Logan is 60 miles, so we're 60 miles away, it looks like. Well, let's see if that's actually accurate. Yeah, 61 miles. Alright. Could you imagine living in any of those houses on that? on that hill there. I don't know how realistic those are, but if the houses are that big and have that kind of view in real life, man, that would be pretty sweet. I mean, look at that. That would be quite the view to have. Specifically talking about the view of this, that restroom, of course. Something about them, much like trucks. Yeah, in a way. I mean, they transport big goods. Oh, at least with the fascination with them. Okay, yeah, I mean, that is also true. I certainly, I think my interest in trucks definitely led to the interest that I now have in trains. I always thought like trains were cool as a kid, you know, but like I wasn't like, I didn't learn anything about them or wasn't like interested in learning anything about them. Whereas like now, again, I still don't know too much about them, but like I will go out and like go train spotting and stuff, and like take pictures of them and stuff like that, and again enjoy games like Train Sim World, and yeah, I 100% think that it's because of my interest in trucking that led to my interest in trains as well. Herself. It is annoying. Hopefully you guys cannot hear it. I don't want to tell her to stop. It's like good for her on cleaning herself, but man, it was annoying. All part of having a dog. Got 4 likes on the stream so far. That's pretty good. Thank you for anyone who has liked the stream. The last one, it had like 7 by the time I finished streaming, and then it got a few more afterwards, like from people that must have watched it back. So yeah, again, the streams have been super popular. The last stream that I did had like, I think it was at 11 watch hours the last time I looked, and that's, I mean, for comparison, my 9900i video, like the actual like recording and posting that I did, not just a live stream, that one had like 10.4 watch hours, and that was with like, I think it's at like 300 views now or something like that. So yeah, the watch hours on this stuff is pretty solid. So I'm glad everybody seems to be enjoying it, especially because I am enjoying it. As I have said many times and will continue to say, live streaming is fun. I like being able to like, it feels like I'm recording, but while being able to interact with somebody else or other people, if there's multiple people here. That is wonderful. I really like it. It's much less lonely. I gotta admit that sometimes when just recording on your own, it gets a little lonely trying to come up with things to talk about. And this might be a tad peculiar, but I've always liked the smell of the tracks as you walk past them. Yeah, and I don't think that's peculiar at all, especially after like right after a train passes by. It just has like, I don't know, things like that have a unique smell that isn't like bad is quite interesting, you know. Like yeah, I 100% agree. Like there's a specific hot rail smell, and it is like, I don't know, there's something, I don't know if maybe there's something nostalgic about it for me particularly, because of the fact that like my dad and I used to, when I was little, I mean like probably from the time I was like 5 until the time I was 10, we would go on a bike ride at least once a week, and we would ride to, there were train tracks near my house that Union Pacific Tracks and Amtrak would run on, and also ACE, which is a local, I think it's kind of like a local train. They would all run on those tracks, and so, I mean, we would ride down to the tracks, and you wouldn't ever really wait more than like an hour before seeing a train. And so yeah, we would ride our bikes down to those train tracks, and we would wait to see a train. I also, the first house that we lived in, I think before I was 5, so I don't remember much of it. We lived near train tracks at that house too, and so yeah, I think there's something just nostalgic about it. It just makes me think of like the time, like bike riding with my dad, you know. So I don't know if that's the same case for you, Daniel, that there's something nostalgic about it, but for me it definitely is. So yeah, I definitely love that smell. I know it's odd, but maybe it's the metal smell. Probably not good then. That I'm inhaling the smell of it. Yeah, maybe not the best, thing to be inhaling, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure we inhale a lot of other things that aren't great throughout the day, just on any normal given day. So, I'd rather at least know that I'm inhaling it and it be worth it because it's a good nostalgic smell. Running out of my ability to talk apparently. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to edit the video anyway, so win-win. Yeah, exactly. And I know a lot of people do like record while streaming as well, so they can go back and make a video out of it. And that's something I might consider doing because I do think that is cool, and it makes it so that people who do want to go back and watch the live stream don't have to watch the whole thing. They can just watch the important parts. But again, that's something I'll have to test maybe. Maybe on the train sim. Oh, speaking of trains. Goes one in front of us. But anyways, maybe on the train sim stream, I'll record it as well. See if my computer can handle live streaming and recording, and if it can, then maybe I'll start doing that and then start making videos out of my live streams. Going back to what you said earlier, Daniel, about new I think you specifically said like new features in the game, but if we were just to talk about improvements, I would love to see the trains get improved in the game. I know there's a mod for it, and I do usually have the mod active. Oh god, I hate this delivery spot. I normally do have the mod active, but I currently do not. But yeah, I would love to see them improve the trains, just like adding multiple locomotives. Making the trains longer maybe, or again, going along the slider route and having it be that, you have a slider that lets you choose, like, how many locomotives the trains have, how many, like, wagons they have, how long the trains are. I think that would be pretty sweet. Alright, so it looks like I can loop around. The problem is, if I loop around and come over this way, I then will be like backing in blind. So yeah, improved trains would be brilliant. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. Again, it's just another thing that would add a bit of realism to the game to have trains that are not one locomotive and 4 train cars long. So yeah, that would be nice to have someday. And again, for now we've got a mod, but the mod is they don't seem to do a very good job of like it like work right. I don't know. There's just something about the mod that like it causes my game to lag a lot, and like even when I have it at a really high priority, and along with that, it just like they add like weird stuff to it, and then you end up needing like multiple mods to get the feel that you want. Like the original mod has like steam engines and stuff like that, and then the trains are like a medium length, and you can add on a mod that removes the steam engines, and then you have to add on another mod that makes the trains longer or shorter, and I don't know, I just want SCS to do something that just is like, again, just like a slider that makes it nice and easy. You can just pick and call it good. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. Again, the mirrors are pretty awful. I think we're going to do what we did last time, where I'm going to pretend I'm getting out of the truck to look, scope things out, make sure I'm not moving when I'm outside of the truck, just to keep it realistic. And then we will get backing up here. Again, the mirrors are just so rough. It makes it really hard to back up blindly. I'm doing okay. Let's see, let's stop again, get out. Seeing, like, again, with the trains, like, this is what I'm talking about. In the time that I've been here, there have been 3 trains that have gone by. And, like, they've all been different. Like, I don't know. They've all been different companies, The first one was, like, a fake BNSF. The second one, I don't know what it was, but then the third one's in Union Pacific. Like, I don't know. I just wish it would be better. There's way too many hoops, so it'd definitely be preferable if SCS were to integrate it. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, again, I don't even care that the companies are, like fake companies, like fake BNSF. But, yeah, it certainly would be nice to have them, just make them more realistic. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Hopefully this is somewhat entertaining to watch me struggle with this. So far, I'm honestly not doing quite as bad as I thought I would. Let's see, can I start straightening it out? I can. Let's just stop, see how we're doing. Not terrible, but not great. I think maybe what I'll go ahead and do is pull forward a little bit. And then back up kind of more straight for a second. Oh, yeah, that should be plenty good. Okay. I think we are just about set. And there's another train. See what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. Wow, the train horn on that one sounds really good, though. Oh, I actually backed up too far. Right. There we go. Alright, that went way, way, way better than I expected it to. I did not expect to be able to back in that well. Alright, it looks like I have only got 15 minutes before Al goes on her lunch. So I think I am probably going to go ahead and end the stream there. So thank you all for hanging out. I enjoyed it. Daniel, I enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for saying stuff in the chat. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Let me read one of your final chats. No, you're good. This makes it all the more interesting. Good. I'm glad that, that was at least interesting. I can't believe I backed that up as good as I did. I do think that obviously getting out and like checking helped a lot, but for the most part, I stayed inside the truck and did a pretty good job. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. I think I will probably be streaming again in like an hour maybe, and we're going to do some train sim. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys then. And if that's not something you're interested in, then hopefully I'll see you again next time I do some ATS. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye. Ow, I hit my elbow. What a way to end.